Hey everybody, it's Armijo, ChattermijoCoaching.com. It is beautiful. A little colder today. Went from about 90-degree weather to 32-degree weather. So it's still a little cold here, but just nature is flourishing. Flowers that are still shining brightly. Real quickly before I start, I just want to tell you I have my first book published regarding personal development. So that is on Amazon. I'll leave the link below if this is on YouTube you're watching it, or if you're watching on Instagram, then I'll put the link in my bio. So check that out. It's called Wake Up and Recalibrate. And here we go. So today I wanted to talk about mistakes. Mistakes were made, right? I've made mistakes in my life. I've made mistakes. I was clearing out a lot of my old stuff that I haven't looked at for maybe 20 years that my parents had sent these containers with me to come. You know, they were just kind of containers containing all my old goods from my rooms. And so as I'm going through these containers, of course, there are a lot of memories that are getting stirred up. And then I realized that I found all these notes. So, you know, for the kids watching, before the days of text messaging, we would pass notes in school. And so I had all these notes that I didn't go through every single one of them, but I was kind of looking through them, and I realized that, you know, I had hurt people. There were, you know, some girls that were saying, "Oh, I just miss, you know, how come you can't see this way or this way?" You know, old past relationships or whatever it was, and I started to feel a little guilty. I realized that I made these mistakes. I had done this, but then I realized that we all made our mistakes. And so, yes, I'm very apologetic for those mistakes, but it was over 20 years ago, and I hope that, you know, there was no hard feelings that were carried that long. Now, as I read these, I started to look at myself and see, am I still this person that I think I am? Am I this good-hearted, kind-hearted person that I think I am? And I came to the conclusion that yes, you know, now I am. But what we do when we get to this point is we start to, it wasn't that easy to, now I am. So what we have to do is we have to learn to forgive ourselves. We have to learn to forgive our past and to be able to let go of our past. Because what happens is when we dwell on these mistakes that we've made, when we dwell on the errors of judgment that have happened in the past, that maybe things didn't work out our way, it's like dragging around the ball and chain, you know. So in the old days, they would put the prisoners on to a ball with a chain on it so they couldn't run away. But we're doing the same thing to ourselves, you know. One of the other great teachers, Lori Ladd, if you follow her, she's really incredible. But she said it's like going down a river and holding onto the rock. So we're supposed to be moving with the flow, but instead what we do is we get stuck holding onto this rock. And so this keeps us back. It keeps us from moving forward in our lives. It keeps us from progressing where we need to be. And it keeps us really from the goals that we're trying to achieve. And so the big point of this is to be able to recognize the errors, to understand that we're all going to make these mistakes, and understand that we're not done making mistakes, because that's part of the human condition, right? To make these mistakes. So as we go through, and we tend to do this more often now than maybe we had been in the past, because we seem to have more time on our hands. We're not filling our time going out to eat or drink or to do these things that we did before. And so what we're doing is we're reflecting on things that we've done. Maybe we're going through old boxes and we're digging up these memories. And some of them can be painful. Some of them can be, trigger that traumatic feeling. But it's important to know that the past is done. It's over with. There's no way that we can go back and change these things. What we need to do is learn to accept them. And we accept them in a manner that is with open-mindedness, with forgiveness, and with love. And so, above all, looking at these things and saying, I can't believe I did this. If we don't accept them, what happens is our mind begins rolling, and it becomes this snowball effect where this little thing that may have just bothered somebody for, you know, maybe a day or two we start creating it bigger in our mind. Like, oh my gosh, I hope this didn't happen to them. I hope that didn't happen. I hope that I didn't cause this to happen, So what we do is we create a much bigger issue in our mind than it really is. And we do this with everything. And so, but especially with the things that bother us, that we feel bad about, that we feel guilt about. And so we need to understand that it's okay to let go. And the first person that should forgive yourself is you. So once we can learn to do that, forgive ourselves through love and say, I've made these mistakes. I'm human. It's okay. I've made these mistakes. I've moved forward. I've made these mistakes. I will learn from it and try to avoid that in the future. I forgive myself. And so those are powerful words. They allow us to be released from whatever we were causing ourselves to hold on to or causing our mind to hold on to. And it can relieve a lot in your life. So even just forgiving yourself for something that is minute, can allow you to have a sense of peace, a sense of comfort, and a sense of love. And that's the thing that we're all shooting for, right? Is to have that love. So just a quick reminder, it's okay to let go. It's okay to make these mistakes, and we're all going to do it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Be willing to let go. Be willing to forgive. Hi, squirrel. And be willing to live through that loving feeling. That squirrel ran right through my legs. So this is Armijo at ChatArmijoCoaching.com. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.